cannot stream in horizontal mode, so that's a little annoying. I don't know if anyone's gonna comment to this live stream because it's late as hell, at least for the American viewers, so sorry about that. It's late, at least somewhat. It's like 9:30, I think. I didn't check the time before I went live. It's late, and I got work tomorrow, and I kind of just wanted to talk and kind of do a small live stream to chit chat with you guys. I don't know if anyone's gonna be here at the moment when this. Oh wow, proven wrong. Hello, Shotix. I hope I said that right. Hello, welcome to the stream. I hope that you know that this is gonna be a kind of chill live stream. Wow, Rosalind. Oh my God, people are coming in. Wow, wasn't expecting this. I just wanted to go live and kind of talk and just sort of. I don't know if vent is the right word. Maybe, kinda, sorta. I think I've seen you, Shawtex, from one of my previous live streams. I'm sorry if I don't remember you. I don't really do live streams very often, especially on my phone, so it's hard for me to remember everyone who comes in. I'm sorry. I just wanted to do a small live stream to kind of goof around and talk and just kind of catch up a little, spill the tea. I guess I can start with like a vent, and it's weird that I'm venting about this because it's not like it's happening currently. It just is something that's kind of been like a thought in my mind for the past while, so I guess I should just say it. I am somebody who hates being ghosted, and if you're wondering why this is coming up, I honestly just wanted to do a live stream where I can just vent a little. I feel like that as someone who's actually like even cried on camera in the past with my channel, I feel like I can talk to you guys about this, and no one I know is currently awake right now, and I cannot afford to do a long live stream. I can only do like maybe 10-15 minutes maybe. But I just wanted to talk and kind of get my thoughts out to somebody, because I feel like it can help kind of ease my mind a little. But what I mean by hate being ghosted is that I just don't like it whenever people just like stop talking to me, and even when they do talk to me, they're like, oh, cool, like they're so like monotone. I should also mention really early in this session, I'm gonna curse a little every now and then. I don't want to do it like a lot. I just wanted to warn you, so keep that in mind. But I really do hate it when people ghost me, because it's happened many times in my life and it hurts. I had a family friend who was really crafty. They were a really nice person. Hello, Amira, the small bean, welcome. They were a really crafty person. They loved to make things for our family. Like, they made us like these little decorations. They even made me a jewelry box that I use. I'm not in my room currently. I'm in my brother's bedroom, so I can't show you. But it was basically, it was a nice relationship that we had with this family friend. They were really nice to us, and they were very religious, which kind of felt a little weird sometimes, because sometimes I felt like I couldn't openly talk about my bisexuality. I don't know if I ever brought that up, but I am bisexual, and I really support the LGBTQ plus community a lot. They did not believe in gay marriage. They did not really, I don't know if support is the right word, but they really didn't understand it. So it was harder for me to talk with them about that kind of stuff, but they were nice company. And they were really nice, and they even knew about certain events that took place back in 2020. I'm not going to go into the whole details, because I think I did bring it up on camera previously, and even if I did, I still don't want to bring it up because it's such a long story. I often say that 2020 almost could have killed me, and people don't really take it seriously, but I am being serious. I genuinely did go through a lot that year. And I know everybody did, and I understand that, but I almost did things that I seriously regret now, that really impacted me. And this family friend knew about what I did, and they understood, and they kind of calmed me down during times of anxiety and distress, and they would always kind of calm me down and comfort me. But now, they're just gone. They never once told me or my mom or anyone that because me and my mom were the ones who really communicated with this family friend a lot. And they never once said, hey, I can't hang out with you guys anymore. They just stopped. And it's like, I thought that I could trust that person because of the things that I went through and the fact that my mom and I told them about what I did, and yet they just left. And it's like, why? It was very frustrating, and it kind of happened again in 2020, and the second time it happened, I just realized that I couldn't deal with ghosts anymore. So I talked to this person before I cut off this person, I talked to them previously, like, hey, why are you, like, so quiet? Why don't you ever respond to my messages anymore? Like, what's up? And I think now we're just making excuses by saying, like, because this was actually an ex. I had an ex-boyfriend, and we were still friends. We still talked, and we were still best friends. So I didn't mind it. And at first, I didn't really know how to feel about the ghosting. And I asked him, like, hey, dude, like, what's going on? And he made a bunch of excuses as to why he was ghosting me. He kind of just made excuses. I'm not going to say the excuse because I'm afraid that he actually maybe subscribed. Because I remember he did come to a live stream that I had once, and he, I'm pretty sure he maybe subscribed to me. I don't know if he watches my content at all, but I just didn't want to bring it up because I don't know if he's going to get mad at me for saying his business, but to be fair, it kind of serves him right. But he gave me that excuse, and at first I kind of let it go, but then he just continued to ghost me. And then one night I was going under one of the worst panic attacks I had in a long time at that time. So I was so under pressure, I texted them furious. I texted him and I'm like, dude, please help. And I was really scared, and he just said, I can't talk. And it's like, I understand that he probably was very busy, but like his one-word responses to my messages were really hurtful. And I even texted him saying, like, hey, thank you, because he even got me a Build-A-Bear, and ironically enough, that Build-A-Bear is still my favorite plushie. Even after this all has happened, I treasure that plushie like it's my child, because it's special to me, because it's not a matter of who is the gifter, it just is the fact that it was a gift, and it was probably the second stuffed animal I really treasured. And I texted him, like, hey, thank you for this plushie because it really helps me. And all he said was just one word, thanks. And then I started thinking in my head, like, he probably just doesn't care. And thank you, honeybee. You're so sweet. I'm sure you're very beautiful, too. He just completely ignored me. And it hurt, of course, because of course it would. So I decided to just kind of give him a choice. I sent him a message, a long-ass message, like, saying, like, look, dude, I get it, life happens, you can't always talk to your friends, I get that, but if you want to salvage this friendship, you're more than welcome to text me back, and we can work through it. Thank you, the butterfly, you're very sweet, but I don't want to expose this person because I know that like I said before, I think he may actually be subscribed to me. I don't even think he watches my videos, but I don't want to risk it, so, you know. But I was very hurt, so I just told him, like, look, dude, if you don't respond back to this message and say, like, hey, I want to fix this, then it's over, because I don't know what to tell you, because I have made several attempts to talk to you, I've made several attempts to try and make this work, but he never, you're very funny, the butterfly, you're very sweet. I really put in the effort to go out of my way to talk to you, and you never listened. So if you don't respond back, then it's over. And of course, he didn't respond back. And it's been, at first I thought like, and of course after that, I just deleted the conversation, and then I just, I just unfollowed him on all socials, and I was like, whatever, I'm done. And I think that was the last time someone had ghosted me, but I still think about that, and it's like, it was really frustrating because, like I said, we dated for a very brief period of time, and it hurt because it wasn't until after we broke up that I really started to felt feelings for him again. And I tried to say like, hey, can we try again on our relationship? And he just said, I don't think I can do that. And it's like, all right, that's fine. And I let it go. And it's like, I know I don't, but you may not need it, but you want it, and I always really try to be patient when it comes to love, because if you become, like, okay, to quote a character from Beastars, Haru, whenever she said the words, when it comes to love, the more desperate you get, the more you're bound to lose, I really resonated with that, and it made me think, like, man, like, this goes woke, like, she knows her shit. So I kind of appreciated that, and I try to remember that bit of advice. And there is one person who I've been interested in all this time, and I never have made a move on purpose. It's not a matter of, oh, I'm worried he doesn't like me back, because the thing is, I know he does. I just don't want to. Welcome back, Green Lantern. Good to see you. Isn't it like 10:50 in your time zone? I'm actually good friends with Green Lantern in real life. He doesn't live in my state, but isn't it like 10:50 where you're at? I hope that you get some rest soon. But it just like it's one of those things where relationships are very tricky, and I've liked this specific person for a long, like, literally since middle school, and I just graduated high school. Just to put that in perspective, it's crazy. Thank you, Lady Freedom Rocks, you're so sweet. I'm glad I'm your favorite author, you're so kind. But no, just an FYI, Green Lantern is not the ghost. I want to make that clear, so don't go crazy on him. It's not him. It's someone else. And I'm not going to say who, because I know you got, I don't want the phantoms to go attacking this guy, because I don't want that. It's fine. I've made steps to letting it go, but anyway, with this person, I know that he does like me back, but the thing is, I didn't know about this. It wasn't until one of my teachers had talked to me about what he had said. He went over to her class one day and vented to her saying like, hey, I worry about her sometimes. And you're welcome, Green Lantern. I'm really glad I could clear your name. I don't want you getting attacked. You don't deserve it. I'm glad your fan fictions are still coming along great. I need to read your stuff. I haven't had time because of my job, but but basically, he went over to her class and he talked to her, and he's like, I worry about her sometimes. That's why, because me and him shared a class at the time. We were in freshman year when I found this out. I'll let you know, Lady Freedom Monks. What's my job? I work at a clothing store, retail store, and I actually have work tomorrow, so I probably should be going to bed at some point soon, but I don't want to just yet. I'm probably going to go be live for another 10 minutes, or at least I'm probably going to finish the story and then go to bed, or go take a shower to get ready, or just do something to clear my mind. I'm only doing this live stream to kind of get my thoughts out there, to calm myself, because I'm feeling a little anxious. So that's the point. And I know that I can trust you guys, because you all are literally the sweetest fandom I've ever been a part of, actually. That and the Animal Crossing community. But, basically, he went over to her class back in freshman year, because we had a class together, we had history class together, and he once talked to my teacher saying, like, to one of my other teachers saying, like, hey, you I worry about her because I think that she doesn't really think for her. It's not that, I don't know if he said think for herself, but I don't think that she can stand up for herself much. He was, I know that he didn't use the term doormat in a negative way, or not in a mean way is more of a better word. Because here's the thing about this boy, he's very blunt. He's a very blunt person, and he is very straight to the point. And I understand this, and it's one of the reasons why I actually liked him. But he told my teacher that he's worried that I've become a doormat because of the fact that previously that week, we were doing a project in the library, and I was sitting away from my group, and my teacher mistook that my crush was sitting away from the group, and I said, oh no, that's my bad. And I was sitting away from the group because one of my classmates said, hey, sit here, and I sat there, even though it wasn't correct. I didn't know that it wasn't correct, and he was worried that I was not able to think for myself, or that I was kind of always like so used to being pushed around, and he was worried about how that could hurt me. So she kind of and he said that, and I forget how the conversation happened. I think that my teacher asked him like, well, do you like her in a way? And he said to her, it's not that I don't like her, it just is that I'm not ready for a committed relationship. Thank you, Rosalind Forrest. You're so sweet. But he really was worried about getting in a relationship, I think because he didn't want to hurt me, and that gave me hope because it made me feel like that there was a chance that we can make it work someday. I never actually have... Sorry, I got something stuck in my teeth. We never actually... I think the closest to a date that we've ever had was the senior fiesta that we went to. Because my mother had urged me to ask him to go with me to the senior fiesta because I've gone to school dances I went to every single homecoming I had at high school. I almost said the name of my school. That could have been bad. I almost went to every high school homecoming. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. But I asked him to go with me to this particular fiesta because I have a lot of anxiety about going to school events because I typically go alone. I've always gone alone to homecoming. Nobody's ever asked me to a homecoming dance. First 2 years I can understand that. Junior year, people really it was, side note, junior homecoming was probably one of the best times I've ever had in my life because that was around the time whenever I had my glow up, if you will. Because, I'm sorry, say whatever it is you want, but I did not ever look attractive or beautiful whatsoever in freshman and sophomore year. I'm very content with my appearance now, but back then, oh god, girl, I was... Anyway, I went to him asking him, like, hey, I'm worried about going to the fiesta because of certain reasons. Like, one of them was actually because I was worried that someone would, like, a guy would come up and, like, try and hit on me, or that girls that I knew from high school would come up and pick on me. Because I did have a semi-bully going on in high school. So I was very worried about that, and I was like, oh god, like, what if they come up to me? What if one of the people who I am not friends with, like, what if something happens? It's kind of the gist of it. So I explained that to him, and I was really worried about asking him. I did have a backup plan in case he didn't go. I was gonna ask my sister. I don't have a biological sister, I have an adopted sister. She's like my sister from another mister. She's one of my best friends, and I love her. And we call each other sisters because we're really close. I was going to ask her as like a backup plan because I was worried about going alone. I needed somebody to be with me. So, you're very sweet, Rosalind. Need to cut out. The pushing deadline is coming out. I need to hit the keyboard. Oh, well, have fun, Lady Freedom Rider. You're wonderful. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it. But I remember that whenever I to went to him and asked him, like, hey, can you come with me to this fiesta? Because I'm really worried about going out of fear that something could happen. But basically he responded back, saying, I can ask my mom. And at that moment, I honestly felt like crying. I know that at that time, it wasn't a right away yes. I was just happy that he would ask, because it meant, like, oh my god, he actually is gonna ask her. Like, he's not gonna just immediately say no himself. Like, it meant the world. She came back and said yes, he can go. So I was very, very excited to get that opportunity to go with him. And we went, and it was honestly probably, aside from graduation of high school, that was my favorite high school memory. Probably even my number one favorite, honestly. But it was so special to me because he went that extra mile to go with me, and it meant the world. And it's like, he really does care, and I honestly, like, I treasure it. We did a lot of fun stuff. We had a lot of fun that day. It actually started raining really hard that day, so I had to pack an umbrella, which was kind of funny, and it was just wonderful. He was so kind. Although I'm a little salty with him because he got taller than me. I think we were around the same height previously before COVID hit. I had not seen him in a year since before that time, but he got taller than me, and I was so mad. It's like, man, dude, like, the disrespect. I was very, very angry. You have a question? What is it, Sierra? I should mention, if your question is regarding requests on stories, I'm afraid I can't really answer that right now. I don't really want to talk about stories right now at the moment. I'm probably going to go over my policy with requests. I don't even know if I have a policy. I'm probably going to have to come up with a policy for requests at some point in the near future or something, because it's getting kind of complicated. I don't even know if I can take many more in the near future as my channel grows, because it's so crazy. I mean, people keep asking me for stories, but anyway. Go ahead and ask your question. But is it weird if someone says that a character is fake? No! That's not weird. I get that. Trust me, like, I think it's kind of funny, because I do a similar thing. I don't actually cry. I just feel sad because it's a reminder that, like, it's like a reminder that you're never going to meet them, and it's hard. It's a really hard reality to accept. I don't know. But I really treasure that memory that I made that day with that boy so much. Sarah. I'm sorry. But it was very, very hard to kind of, like, it was very difficult all these past few, like, I think ever since I got my glow up, is what my friend calls it, my transformation. Ever since that has happened, I've had several experiences that have been kind of crazy. Are you talking about school stuff? Kinda. You can say that. But it was very hard to go through high school. School in general was always really difficult, and I'll be honest with you, I have to say the very best year of my life I ever had in school was junior year. Even though that year was the year that ended in COVID, whenever we went into quarantine for the first time, I still think that was my best year, because that's when people finally noticed me in a good way, because I really came out of my shell a lot that year, and I found confidence in myself that I never had before. It was very frustrating on how I only was popular, what am I saying, popular? No. I was known, actually, is a better way to put it. I was known for, I was more well known and not as, like, the weird kid or whatever. am I out of school? Yes, I graduated high school recently, but it was very interesting, and middle school was very difficult for me. But I just have to say that I actually have to go too soon for Rosaline because I think my family is home and I have to go. But I guess I can give some last minute advice regarding school before I go. I definitely think that the key thing is don't go putting so much pressure on yourself to be well known or popular. That's my advice. Because I know people always say that friends are, like, it's not the amount of friends you have, it's who your friends are that will really make you happy. Take that advice seriously. Because you know that, I'm sure everybody hears it, but you're hearing a lot for a reason. And that reason is that, like, my family's home, so I have to go, guys. I gotta go, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to end this live stream so early, but I can't do anything. Gotta go, bye. I'm sorry.